Hi everybody and welcome to Belinda's Book Nook channel. I'm Belinda. If you don't know me, for all of you that do, I am battling the flu, or recovering I should say. I've been away for a little while just trying to figure out what's what. My kids had vacation a couple weeks ago and towards the end I could feel it setting in, and so it's just been very hard to do the regular things that I normally want to do. The energy level is definitely not there. But I wanted to make sure I came and give you guys an update on what I've been reading when I can, when I'm not sleeping or trying to relax. I had every intention for Black History Month to read some of the books that I showed you guys, but it was an epic fail. It just, the timing of everything kind of went crazy. I was going to also do a read along with Dee Dee with the Read So Lit group, and that was an epic fail. I ended up, it took a while for me to get the book. When I got the book, I started the book, and just as everybody has said, Toni Morrison's books require a lot more effort. They're not just a walk in the park. You have to kind of really sit with the information for a little bit. And I think it was a combination of things. One is I wasn't feeling well. Two, the book did require effort, to get into and to understand and connect with the characters. And then I had the flu. I was just so tired. I even tried listening to the audio and following along with it, thinking maybe that would be, but I think at this time I'm just going to have to wait. Prior to getting sick, I went to see the Black Panther. I had pre-ordered seats for my sons, my husband and I, to go and see the movie. Now, as you all know, I had been reading the Black Panther and the World of Wakanda books for a little while now, because my son reads comics, and so one of the ways to try to connect with him is to get comic books. We go a couple times a month to the comic book store and pick up comics together. So I had that as the background going into the movie. And then I've been also, right before the movie, they were selling these Black Panther they're like 0.2 and 0.4, number 4, for $1. So I'm betting you these are not going to be $1 now, but the graphics are amazing in them. And I'm looking forward to now continuing on with it after seeing the movie too. So yeah, I have the mask I had bought, and I bought a Shuri action figure. My kids don't really get like all the super hype it is for a person of color to be able to see a black action figure. So, and to be on the big screen and to see a predominantly black cast. So they don't get it completely, but they do. We're excited about the movie and did enjoy it. For me, it's like, oh my goodness, I want to get the things because I think it's history and it's exciting and I want to support that. So that's why I got my little mask and my little Shuri here. So the things that I did manage to read over this time period, since I last chatted with you guys, a couple of things. The first was, I put them in here because I had them, like this one, for example, the first one was An American Marriage by Tayari Jones. And I have the cover. This is my Kindle version. I listened to the audiobook version off of Hoopla and Rewind. So this book has kind of been talked about. It's one of the Oprah picks. So it's, one of those ones that's blasted all over the place. And you know me, typically I don't read books like that. I'll either buy it, stash it, and wait for the hype to go down and then read it. Or I won't buy it and I'll wait for a while before I even buy it. But I was really looking for an audiobook. This came up and I was like, I'm going to listen to it. It's okay. So the story is a couple, an African-American couple who, they meet in college. And then they meet again as adults and they fall in love and they get married, and then the husband gets accused of a crime and is sent to prison. And the book follows the two of them as they process this new way, that he's in prison and she's out still. And it's told through, they talk, but there's a large portion of the book also is through letters that they write to each other. And so you watch how the relationship evolves and changes, and the obstacles that they face. And I thought it was really good. The audiobook was, the narrators, the voice talent were great. It was funny though, because when the male, I can't remember the name of the gentleman that did the audio, when he was speaking, sometimes he would do the female voice. It was kind of comical. But after I got past that, just listening to the story and the book itself was really good. I think it gave another insight to, you know, what happens to people when their partner goes into prison, and how their lives are changed, how his life was changed being in prison, how her life was changed having somebody in prison that she cared about, and not, you know, they're in such a very new relationship. So I thought it was good. She also wrote Silver Sparrow, which I remember seeing that one being one when that came out, being all over the place. And I never read it. But after reading this, I think I will backlist and go back and read that. I don't know if she's written anything else, but I will check out the Silver Sparrow. So that was one that I read and I actually enjoyed. Another thing that I've been doing is, on a personal note, just trying to read a lot more books from different countries, or that have settings in different countries. The authors are from different countries. And there is a challenge right now. It's a literary world challenge, where you know, you read books from different countries, or authors that are from different countries, and you try to read a certain amount over the year. So you know me, that's kind of close to sounding like a TBR, and you know, I try to stay clear of that. But I've used it as an inspiration and a springboard for my own goals. And so, having said that, I picked up this children's book to read with my son called A Path of Stars by Anne Sibley O'Brien. And that's the cover of it. And the cover caught my eye. I just like, oh, what is that? And it's a story about the Cambodian genocide, the Khmer Rouge. It talks about, it focuses really on this little girl's grandmother and her brother, who were refugees from Cambodia. And when they came to this country, the contrast, them talking about their experiences there prior, their escape, and then here. But it's told in a nice, you know, digestible, because obviously this is a children's book with really fantastic illustrations. But what I really liked about it is there was a fact in the story, because I don't want to even give anything away, that the author used and kind of dangled all the way throughout the story, and didn't give you quite all of the information until the very end. And because of that, I think that we were able to, when I talked with my son about, you know, the genocide, and talked about that part of that history, I was able to focus on those things. And then at the end, this other aspect happened that that they revealed that you know, then we could talk about it. It was just interesting. You know, I often read kids books with him, and I don't necessarily always analyze the way that the book is laid out, but this one was really kind of interesting, how it was told and how they dangled this piece of information to kind of carry you through, but it didn't distract from the story. So it was great. The illustrations are amazing. If you get a chance to read it, it's a nice book to read for yourself or with kids.